Sorry. Hi. Hi. Didn't expect you. It's that time, obviously. Sorry, yeah, almost forgot. So yeah, let's talk about the guy who brought me this thing. Let's talk about Paperboy.
RetroKork.
Paperboy is originally, and I believe I mentioned this 2 weeks ago in my stinger, it's originally an arcade game. You're the Paperboy and you deliver the daily sun to the subscribers in the street over the course of a whole week. Yes, including Sundays. How else do you think I got this paper here? Well, aside the obvious and pretty real reason. Yeah. So you ride on your BMX because BMXs in the 80s were inexplicably cool. You trust the newspapers the way of the subscribers' mailboxes or their front doors. And if you feel mischievous and think, oh, I don't need that subscriber, you toss it into their windows. Also, there are non-subscribers and you're free, and maybe even encouraged to damage their property. Along the road are a few packs of newspapers, neatly folded and stacked, so you can refill your current stock. Oh, and there are a ton of obstacles, ranging from things like RC cars to real cars, dogs, cats, lawnmowers, the Grim Reaper, you name it, it's probably against you in this game, it's probably trying to kill you. Also, at the end of the road, there's an obstacle course, where you can gain bonus points, or just fall off your bike. So, with the basic premise set, let's talk about the Commodore 64 conversion. You start off with 2 lives in reserve and 8 newspapers on a regular old Monday. All of the yellow houses are current subscribers and need to have their paper delivered to them. If you damage the house, they will unsubscribe. If you don't deliver, they will unsubscribe. If you miss the delivery area, which is the area of usually around the mailbox, the delivery box, better to say, that person probably unsubscribes. If you fail to deliver the paper to any of the current subscribers, you're fired. So, as I said, the opponents that come out on the street are, say, street construction workers, Harley drivers, bees, tough guys, the Grim Reaper, as I said. You name it, it's probably after you. Unlike the arcade version, in this version you get only one road, one difficulty level, whereas the arcade game allows you to choose between 3 streets, gaining you different scores. And yes, in both versions you play only for 1 week. On Sunday, after your Sunday shift, the game is over, or you manage to lose all your lives and call it quits, or you're fired. Subscribers cancel their subscription when the paper doesn't make it to their home, or if you destroy their property. Non-subscribers you can hassle as much as you want, but make sure that you have enough papers to deliver it to all subscribers, because if you do so, you gain a new subscriber. But yeah, you can hassle the non-subscribers as much as you want. Unlike the arcade version, and now I sound like I'm parroting myself because I said that 2 weeks ago already, the Commodore 64 version lacks the speech samples. But it makes up by the awesome soundtrack, which is on par, I believe, to the arcade version one. Paperboy back in its day was released on pretty much any system that was available. Maybe except, I don't think, no, not for the Atari 2600, but pretty much every other home platform, including, but not limited to, the NES, the Sega Master System and Sega Genesis, as well as their respective handheld systems, Game Boy, Game Boy Color, and Game Gear. There are also games based on Paperboy, Paperboy 2, Paperboy 64, but that's not what I'm talking about. More recent versions that are still available include the version found in the Midway Arcade Treasures for Nintendo GameCube, PlayStation 2, PlayStation Portable, original Xbox and Windows, as well as a mobile version from 2005 and the 25th anniversary version for the Apple iOS systems, iPod, iPhone, and iPad, I believe only, from 2009. As unfortunately the version for Xbox 360 Arcade, Live Arcade, has been delisted. Also, according to what Wikipedia claims, we're going to see in Disney's Wreck-It Ralph, at least as a cameo. So yeah, the future's bright for the Paperboy. So yeah, in 2 weeks I'm going to talk about some martial arts. Karate, I believe it's called. International Karate. International Karate Plus. IK Plus for the Commodore 64.